months, and this is something that is a big moment. And of course, as many have said, kids belong in school, and that is where it is better for them to be in school and learning as opposed to sitting at home. Now, this is the moment, of course, where we see kids going back to school. And let's move to KwaZulu-Natal, where Simphiwe Makhanya and video journalist Nomhle Ngubane are monitoring the opening of schools in Phoenix. Now, you'll remember that Sakina and Jade Lee Poza were there on Friday looking at the basically the atmosphere in Phoenix since what unfolded in the last couple of weeks, and that certainly was one to worry about. But is there anything to worry about today? How are schools looking? How is the sense in the community? Simphiwe, good morning.
Good morning to you, Leanne. Certainly there has been a lot of uncertainty when it comes to the issue of reopening of schools here, in particular in the area of Phoenix. And I can tell you that security has been heightened in most of the schools here. I saw members of the South African National Defence Force outside, as well as members of the SABC guarding this school where we are. It's Ellington Secondary School, Leanne, here in Phoenix. But let's engage the MEC for Education in KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Mshengu, who's come here to engage with some of the stakeholders. Mr. Mshengu, thank you very much for your time. Perhaps just your reaction in terms of what report you've been getting with regards to this area of Phoenix so far.
Well, there's been a lot of anxiety and fears from the parents, learners, from both communities, the Indian community and the African community. We have been inundated with a lot of calls to say, how can we guarantee the safety of the learners as they return to school today? And our message has been clear that one, the safety of learners is a responsibility of all of us. As the Department of Education, we can guarantee them that while they are still within the schooling premises, indeed they will be safe, because at least we are in control of that particular environment. But we have also worked very hard with the police and law enforcement agencies to ensure that there is a heightened police visibility in the area. As we know that the area is still engulfed with tensions between the two groupings of these communities. And it was important that learners and parents feel safe as learners depart home to school and when they leave school to home. It was important that we ensure there are quite stringent security measures that are in place, so that they can attend with ease, knowing that they are safe and they can be able to concentrate on teaching and learning, as it were.
Let's talk about the issue of PPE. Have all those issues been dealt with as we reopen schools?
Indeed, those issues working throughout the period of when the schools have been were closed, to ensure that we prepare for the successful opening of schools. So I can assure you that such things have been delivered to schools. One instance is because as we were doing the countdown towards reopening, there were companies that were appointed which indicated that they were affected by looting and vandalism. But our staff in the office was able then to find other means to ensure that there is delivery to those schools. So I'm sure today the schools that were not that had not received the PPEs, in fact that's a top up basically. So there is no school in the province that will have completely ran out of the PPEs. So it's just a top up, and those that have not received over the weekend will surely be receiving some today.
Also, the province experienced quite a number of schools being damaged during this unrest. And the case.
It is indeed the case, including the 3 schools that were gutted with fire. We were able to deploy mobile classrooms so that they also start with effective teaching and learning today. So during the early hours of this morning, we were just doing a roundup to see if all schools are opening, and all those 137 that were affected are actually operational, including, as I'm saying, the 3 where there was a large number, a huge number of damage that was affected in those schools.
Mr. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
That's the MEC for Education here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, MEC Kwenkosi Mshengu, basically giving an update with regards to the issue of reopening of schools, saying that all seems to be well so far, Leanne, in the province. And of course, as we were driving around, we saw quite a number of security personnel also guarding this community of Phoenix. As you know, that tensions are still very much high in this area. Leanne?
All right, thanks very much. for that a report there coming from Phoenix. Simphiwe, we will check in with you a bit later if need be. All right.